If you have many ideas but no results. If you start with excitement and stop with excuses. If you secretly feel that you are capable of more, but somehow your life looks smaller than your potential, then this story is for you. Ryan was known for one thing among his friends. He was the talented one. He could design, he could write, he could speak well, he could learn fast. But there was another thing people quietly noticed. Ryan never finished what he started. One week he would talk about building an online project. The next week he would talk about learning a new skill. The next week he would change his plan again. And slowly, people stopped asking him about his dreams. Not because they didn't believe in him, but because he didn't stay long enough with any one dream. One late afternoon, Ryan sat alone in a small public library. Rain tapped softly against the window. His laptop was open. A blank document stared back at him. He had promised himself he would finally start his personal project today. But instead, he kept scrolling. He kept checking messages. He kept telling himself, "I'll begin in 10 minutes. 10 minutes turned into 1 hour. And 1 hour turned into frustration. Ryan closed the laptop and leaned back. "What is wrong with me?" he whispered. At that moment, an older man sat down at the table across from him. The man had a simple notebook and a pen. Nothing else. After a few minutes, the man looked up and smiled politely. "Long day." Ryan nodded. "You could say that." The man glanced at Ryan's closed laptop. "Working on something important." Ryan hesitated. "I'm supposed to be." The man smiled gently. "Supposed to be is a heavy sentence." Ryan laughed quietly. He didn't know why, but he suddenly felt comfortable talking. "I have so many ideas," Ryan said. "But I can't seem to stay with any of them." The man listened carefully. Then he asked one simple question. "What are you waiting for?" Ryan blinked. "For the right moment, I guess." The man nodded slowly. "I used to wait for it too." Ryan became curious. The man opened his notebook. Inside were messy sketches, crossed out words, and small notes written in different directions. "This notebook is not beautiful," the man said. "But it changed my life." Ryan looked closely. "How?" The man closed the notebook. "I stopped trying to begin perfectly." Ryan frowned. "I don't understand." The man leaned slightly forward. "You are not afraid of starting," he said calmly. "You are afraid of starting small." The words hit harder than Ryan expected. The man continued. "You imagine the finished result before you touch the first step. And when the first step looks small compared to the dream, you feel disappointed." Ryan felt exposed. That was exactly what happened every time. "I always feel like my first work will be bad," Ryan admitted. The man smiled. "It will be." Ryan looked surprised. "Everyone's first work is." Ryan laughed nervously. "Then what's the point?" The man answered quietly. "The point is not to impress. The point is to build." They sat in silence for a few seconds. Rain continued falling. The man spoke again. "When I was younger, I wanted to write a book." Ryan's eyes lit up. "And did you?" The man nodded. "Yes. But not the way I imagined." He smiled. "For 3 years, I planned it. I bought notebooks. I watched interviews. I waited for inspiration." Ryan felt uncomfortable. It sounded too familiar. "And then one day," the man said, "I wrote one bad page." Ryan tilted his head. "One page?" "Yes. A terrible one." The man laughed softly. "But it was real. It existed." He tapped the table lightly. "That page gave me something planning never gave me. Momentum." Ryan repeated the word quietly. Momentum. The man nodded. Motivation is emotional. Momentum is physical. It comes only after movement. Ryan stared at his closed laptop. But what if I choose the wrong idea? He asked. The man answered gently. You will. Many times. Ryan looked up. And then? The man shrugged. Then you will learn faster than the person who waits to choose perfectly. The man leaned back. You see, most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they never stay long enough in one direction to grow roots. Ryan felt a strange tightness in his chest. He had always changed direction the moment something felt slow. The man continued. You mistake slow progress for the wrong path. Ryan whispered. I quit when things stop feeling exciting. The man smiled kindly. Everyone does. That is the exact moment when real work begins. Ryan looked outside. People walked quickly through the rain. Different lives. Different directions. Can I ask you something? Ryan said. Of course. How did you finally finish your book? The man paused. Then he said something very simple. I made one rule. Ryan waited. No 0 days. Ryan frowned. No 0 days. The man nodded. No matter how tired I was. No matter how busy I was. I was not allowed to have a day with 0 effort. Stop asking yourself if your idea is good enough. Ask yourself if you are willing to stay with it long enough to make it good. Then he walked away. Ryan sat there for a long moment. The rain slowed. The library grew quieter. He opened his laptop again. Not to plan. Not to research. Not to redesign his future. He simply opened a new document. And typed one small, imperfect sentence. It didn't feel powerful. It didn't feel impressive. But it felt real. That night, Ryan walked home slowly. He didn't feel suddenly successful. He didn't feel confident. But he felt something he hadn't felt in a long time. Direction. From that day on, Ryan stopped asking himself, will this be great? He started asking, did I move today? And that single question quietly changed everything. Lesson. Dreams grow when you stop waiting for the perfect beginning. And start protecting small, daily movement.